Welcome back everyone, how are we all doing? Welcome back to a very busy River Mersey. We're on the River Mersey summer fishing. Now then, I'm going to be honest, I've never ever fished the Mersey in the summer months, only in the winter from late October onwards when I'm targeting cod. But we're on the Mersey, it's really busy. It's a Monday and I didn't think it'd be as busy as what it is. But we're here, first rod is out and we're fishing. Fishing with frozen crab baits at first, as there's reports of plenty of hounds in the River Mersey, and there's also been quite a few rays. You never know, you could even pick up a summer cod. Just come for a relaxing day's fishing today. I've also got Aaron with me, which you will have seen in my last video. So we was talking last night and I said, you know what, I'm going to fancy something a bit different, a bit of a change and a bit comfortable, so we're going to head to the Mersey tomorrow. And obviously he was up for it, so here we are, we're on the Mersey. It's 2 hours off high water, the tide is absolutely screaming it is, but we're fishing, there's hope, we've got baits in the water, you never know what's going to happen. Let's hope we get some fish. We plan to fish here up over high, maybe an hour or two back, go and get a bite to eat, and then we're going to go and fish low water. So I'll bring you out throughout the day, I'll bring you backwards and forwards, hopefully with some fish, hopefully with some baiting up techniques, and show you a bit of what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and more importantly, just enjoying a day's fishing. Something a little bit unusual to what I do. Fished this mark lots and lots over the years, up and down the Mersey, both sides. We are on the Birkenhead side today, but I have fished up and down both sides of the Merseys. The Mersey for 20 odd years, but that's all chasing cod in the winter months. So what about a change? Let's get on here in the summer and see if we can pull something out. That tide is screaming. So then, in the words of Aaron, I don't know what's on this, seaweed or what, but I reckon it's just the tide pull. Now Aaron's never fished here before. This is a completely new experience for him. Just the tide, yeah? Completely new experience for him. But what a great way to spend the day. Right then guys, so we're still on the first cast, but I'm going to just show you a bit of the bait that I'm going to be using today whilst we're on the promenade. Hoping to really pick up a hound, to be fair. Not really stressed about what we catch today, as long as we can get a few fish. Literally just on a nice chilled out day today. So let me just show you. I've got a Varivas BMX Big Mouth 3.0. Not gone really big. Above that, I've got a Koiki semicircle, which will slide down. Bait, frozen crab, and all I'm going to do is put the hook through that and then back through the socket of the crab, the leg socket that is, bringing the hook out. Then I'm going to put the hook through the side where the gills are. Now I don't take the gills out. I know the fish spit the gills out when they're eating crab, if you're watching any nature documentaries or anything like that, but I just leave it in there because it's more juices and more scent. That there is just beautifully done, just like that. Hopefully this will be clear enough for you. Then I put my baiting cotton around. I always put a bit more baiting cotton up around the eye section, and I'll show you and tell you why now. So I've got a lovely juicy dripping bait. I bring my Koiki semicircle, wrap it around the hook link a couple of times, and then go through where I've put more cotton at the top. That sort of stops the hook from going back up there, keeps it all nice and stationary. That there is ready to go. Lovely, lovely bait. All we need now is for a fish to go past, and we'll be happy days. Now this is exactly what I was after today. fishing today is definitely second nature. It's literally just about relaxing, having some rods out and just enjoying a bit of sunshine, a bit of a summer feeling. I tell you what I'm not used to is filming, and it's like people walking up and down and jogging, walking dogs, etc. But with that said of mind, guys, when you do decide to fish promenades like this, make sure you've got no baited up rigs on your tripod or bits of bait on the floor, because you have got dogs coming up and down with their owners, and the last thing you want to do is for one of them dogs to get a hook in its nose, in its mouth, in its foot, or any contact really. So yeah, literally just enjoying a relaxed, chilled out day today, sitting on a box, feet up. What more could you ask for? Absolutely glorious. Now we have got another angler fishing to my left, which may be your right on the screen, because I think it's vice versa, but he's a very well known angler here on the River Mersey. Very big following, and I am going to go over in a minute, and I know this angler, I've known him for many years. I'm going to go over in a minute and say hello, and I'll see if he'll come on camera to say hello as well. He won't need much introduction, but I'll go over and say hello all the same. But for now, I'm going to sit, relax. I've now got two rods out, one with a scratching rig, one with a hound rig, enjoying a relaxing day's fishing. Look at that, if I sit down here, yeah, it'll make you look like you're taller than me.
That's not going to happen.
So guys, I said that there was a very famous Liverpool angler fishing next to me.
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far.
Be fair, you don't need any introduction. If anybody follows fishing on TikTok.
I'm on TikTok mainly, guys. Yeah, that's where I am. I'm trying my YouTube out.
Yeah.
So I'm cloud chasing on you now.
So, if you don't know who this man is, because you haven't got TikTok, this is Joe, Fishing Place. Yeah? That's
Fishing
right.
Place, yeah.
The Fishing Place. Now we've got a Facebook page, TikTok page, and a YouTube page. Great guy. I've known Joe how long? It's got to be a few years now.
It's got a few years. I remember first meeting you. Remember when we first met?
Yeah, it's got to be what, 5 years ago?
About 5 years ago, yeah.
5 years ago.
I just started up my YouTube channel, and so did you.
No, my YouTube's only been going for 2 years, and you're the one that said, you're the one of the ones that said to me, you should do a YouTube, you know, mate.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I remember it very vaguely, and I actually went and fished that mark the other week.
I know, yeah. And you had some nice fish as well.
I did. I had some lovely fish.
How are you doing? Okay, no joy. Yeah. So I went to fish one of my remote Anglesey marks, and as I got to the top of the mark, because it's a big climb down, as I got to the top, I could hear a bit of a and a bit of the effing word, you know. And this scouser popped over the top, and yeah, it was midwinter, I think it was. I remember it was dark. It was definitely dark.
It was nice. That was a good session, actually. Congas.
Yeah.
Loads of dogs. Puss. Great day.
And then you've been on here today doing a bit of live streaming.
I was live streaming today for the hounds, but I couldn't get on where I wanted to fish because everyone's fishing there, which, you know, everyone's equal. Well, I say equal, allowed to fish where they want to fish. But yeah, no hounds come out today.
Imagine me then. I've travelled almost 2 hours and I couldn't fish where I wanted to fish. How disgusting is that?
Well, to be fair, if you had to fish where you wanted to fish, you would have got a hound.
Oh, I would have caught, if I'd have been where I wanted to be, which was a little bit further that way, I definitely would have caught some fish. But I was hoping to catch a few dabs and that today. I just wanted to spice it up, you know, different. But I'm not over yet, even though I'm not catching any fish. You're going now, aren't you? I'm
going now, yeah.
So Joe's going.
I'll give you a couple of fresh crab as well before I leave. How's that? He's
just made me a nice promise.
Right, I'm going to tell you where to cast. Yeah?
Oh, you can't say that because then they think that
I'm going to tell you where to cast, and then you should, in theory, get a dab. Yeah?
Off this mark, are we talking?
Here now, yeah.
Okay.
You should get a dab. You might be really lucky and get a scorpion fish.
Okay.
You should get a flounder if I give you some fresh crab.
Yeah.
So if you don't, I've done everything I can. I've done everything I can, guys. Okay?
And if you don't see me back in a minute on this mark with the fish, yeah, then everything he just said was a load of bollocks. Yeah, and I'll see you at the next mark. Right then, we've just got down onto the second mark of the day after a lovely fish, chips and peas just from the chippy up by the car park there. Well, what a disaster of a day. It's not been a disaster, that's the wrong way to put it. But the fishing has been very, very poor. But not just for myself, not just for Aaron, but absolutely everybody on the promenade there struggled today. I would have said, realistically, there was about 25 to 30 anglers. There was the odd dab, the odd flounder, the odd place, and one hound reported. Between everybody, absolutely everybody struggled. Very, very strange. Some people say because of the fresh water, but some people say it's too nice, some people say it's not rough enough. You know, we've all got our different theories of why. I personally just don't think the fish were there. Most of the people on the promenade there today were using prawns, fresh crab, ragworm, and you're not going to catch what's not in front of you. That's not to say they won't be there on the next tide. They might have been there on the tide before, but they definitely were not there in front of us on that tide. So the mark that we've come down to doesn't need any introduction really. It's a low water mark, just off the front of New Brighton. Very, very, very popular mark. Again, I've only ever fished it in the winter. I've never fished the river in the summer before. So it's an interesting day. I was expecting to see a bit more action, but that's fishing, guys. That is fishing. So I've got both rods out. One's got a loop rig on it. One's got an up and over rig on it, and I've got another up and over rig ready to go out in a minute. Bait wise, crab. Be fishing with crab. Be fishing with sardines, anchovies, smelt, mackerel, squid. So plenty of bait to work through. Next time you see me, I'm going to have a fish. I'm not leaving Liverpool until I've caught a fish. So I'll see you in a bit with a fish, hopefully. Aaron's just had a cracking bite and I'm going to sack him. Sack is what he's having. I don't know how he missed that. Nearly pulled his rod off the stand. Pa better? Squid and crab. £10 bass and he's just missed it. Very, very similar to the ones we get in Anglesey. Very similar, but a bit of a different accent. We're off a blank. It's only a doggy. It's only a doggy. And I said to my mate Joel earlier, this mark never lets me down. He said to me, what are you going there for? There's better places than that. And I said, yeah, but that mark never lets me down. A well-deserved doggy. Now let's hope it's the first and the last one that I see today. Because if I've come all the way to Liverpool to catch a dogfish, I don't really know what to say else. Let's put it back. Now if I was a fish, I would always get caught because I definitely eat that. 100% I would eat that. More odds than the local tackle shop, but less fish than the local fish and chip shop. We're back in the car and windswept is the word. It's time to say goodbye to the mighty River Mersey. It's been absolutely shockingly quiet. Not just us though. If it was just us that was struggling, then I would say we'd picked the wrong mark. But everybody we've spoken to has either had one fish, no fish, a couple of fish. But Aaron had a doggy. I had two doggies. So we come all the way to Liverpool to catch some Scouse dogfish. Now we're going back to Anglesey. It's been a great day in the respect that loads of lads that I know on my social media have come down to see me. Other than that, guys, the fishing's been poor, but thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining us on this day out at Liverpool, the mighty River Mersey. So until next time, guys, keep safe, keep fishing, keep chasing them dreams.